Eastern Standard Time in the Midwest part of the United States. I'm an adult driver's ed instructor. We're going to talk about some of the things you need to do as an adult to get out on the road if you don't have your license. I'm available for online lessons, Google Meets. We'll set it up. It'll be a link in the description within a few days. So the thing I need you to do, you want to make a phone call to get or contact a reliable instructor. So whenever you are backing up, you have to look out of your window, and I'm turning the wheel to the right, the rear will go to the right, the front will swing out to the left. Parking lots are really good areas to learn how to drive. The first thing I want to teach you is use your eyes. I'm going to show you this view for a moment. We're driving around a parking lot and look where you're going. It's really important because we know as adults we're coming in getting coffee, trying to get to work, pick up the kids. Maybe you're moved back in to help your mom or dad. I'm looking left and right. There's the T intersection here. And we know adults don't use blinkers. So I'm using mine. I have to make a left turn. I'm just going to wait. All of a sudden, there are a lot of cars coming in. You know how it is when you're driving and learning how to drive? There are no cars. Then all of a sudden, there are a bunch of cars coming in. All right. We're going to take it through some small areas. We'll show you how to get on the expressway. Okay, I came out of the private driveway. Now, turns are really important because eventually you're going to have to go on the road. So we're going to start by making turns. And we have to make a left turn at this intersection, so I kind of want to get into the middle. And I'm going to go up. And I'm going to accelerate through my turn. We don't want to get comfortable running yellow lights. If we do, we're going to get tickets. That's going to raise our insurance. We don't want to do that. So I want to stop behind this line. This line is called the stop line. These two lanes are turning lanes. This is a protected left turn. This intersection is one of the dangerous ones that's in the state, in the region. There are a lot of accidents that happen here. About 30 to 45 days ago, a pedestrian got struck and killed. They were not walking in the crosswalk area. So we just want to take a moment and acknowledge this person. Okay, we're in the outside left turn lane. When we turn, we're going to be by the curb to the right. If you want to pass your test, you need to be watching this and learning. At this time of morning, there are a lot of elderly people that are out. They're going to church. You might see grandpa in his Mustang, grandmother in her Corvette. A lot of these elderly people, no hate, no cap, but they really should not be out driving because vision issues, mobility issues. So you got to be that defensive driver. We want to show respect. If I saw my OGs, the guys who helped me learn how to work on motors, build cars, I would show nothing but respect to them. But also know that they're dangerous. Okay, we're going to go up to the middle. Don't hit the gas too hard. You heard the torque steer. And we're going to turn and stay to the right. I've had adults at this curb. Okay, we know as adults we're going to hit this gas really hard, but don't do that. The local police in the area will be definitely out looking. So we want to go about 45. This could be a stale green light. It's been green for a long time, but we're going to maintain speed. Good, we made it. Okay, let's do a lane change to the left. We want to turn on we want to look in our mirror. I'm going to show you inside view. Okay, mirror, turn signal, blind spot. Then we get over to the right, and once the blinker is done and we're in the lane, we cancel. And then I'm going to switch. All right, we want to maintain good speed. We're about 45 miles an hour. We're scanning for cars, people, animals, debris on the road. The light's yellow, lift your foot. I teach so many adults and they're so focused on the speedometer. Don't stare at the speedometer. Okay. I'm going to get over to the right. We'll treat it like an emergency situation. Let's pretend this is an emergency situation. We'll pull up in an area. This could be a flat tire. Maybe the mirror did break off. All right. Okay, whenever emergency situation happens, we want to get over to the side. Okay, this could be maybe something happened to your son or daughter. Maybe the car seat came loose. All right, so I think I have this set. So now let's go ahead and back up. Let's put this thing in reverse. Okay, whenever we're backing up, we have to look out of our back window. Yeah, we have a backup camera, but you're going to hit something. And we want to get you ready to pass your test. So I'm looking left and right. There's a truck behind me. You should be able to see it. I don't want to hit them. And then I'm going to turn hand over hand to the left because that's the best way. I know a lot of you are saying you're going to end up breaking your wrist because of the airbag. The National Safety Highway Transportation says hand over hand steering is the best method. Okay, so we are waiting. We're checking traffic. We're looking left and right. We're going to go ahead and go in the first lane. Keep your turn short. As an adult, we don't panic. Yeah, we're panicking in the inside, but we can't panic. All right, we're back on the road. We took care of our little emergency. Now we're driving again. The mornings are really good to learn how to drive. There are not a lot of people out. You're going to learn best practice, and then you can be safe. And if you mess up, no one really knows except your coach and you. All right, we're back up to about 45. If the emergency situation happens again, we'll deal with it. Because we're over 25, our front cerebral cortex is already developed, and we understand we got to get this driving thing done. We got to learn how to drive to help our family, our uncle or our auntie. They're tired of helping us, so we got to do it ourselves. Our kids are depending on us. So we're about at 50, taking our time. Go ahead and make a lane change to the left, mirror, turn signal, blind spot, and I'm going to get in the left turn lane. this is a protected turn, so we will wait. We're going to yield for cars because I want to teach you the right way. Okay, and we want to turn in the nearest lane. Some of you probably saying it doesn't matter. This is the nearest lane by the double yellow. We're preparing you for your road test. And ultimately, this is what they're going to look for. Your drive should be peaceful. It shouldn't be stressful. We're at about 40 and a 50. That's fine. We don't have to go at 50. No one's really around. Now, we need to go to the petrol station. We want to turn on that blinker just before we get in the middle. Now the gas tank is on our side. Fuel is $3.19 a gallon. Diesel is $3.57. How much is fuel by you? All right, we want to come up. See this guy looking? We want to come up and put our foot on the brake and stop and put it in park. Now, I wanted to tell you this. There were two situations. This yellow line, this line is for emergency vehicles. This is emergency parking. We should not park there. We almost got into a fight with the gentleman. It wasn't his place to really tell us, but he felt like he had to tell us what to do. Okay? Now, this Coca-Cola person, I'm not sure what they're going to do. They're going to do a reverse park. So let's watch. All right, he did a little mini three-point turnaround, got the car in. We're okay. It's a shiny vehicle. But what had happened, a gentleman left their car running and the car slipped out of gear and knocked a hole in this wall. I do have some videos on this. So let's keep this a real situation. What I'm gonna do is shut the vehicle off because we don't want our car stolen. I'm gonna walk in and get a coffee. We're adults. We need coffee in the morning to wake us up because we are still asleep. So I'm going to treat it just like a full adult experience. And I'm going to get you one too. I'm not an energy drink person. Are you? Okay, I shut it off. I'm going to go ahead and... Our lights are on. That's why you hear this. So I'm going to cut them off. All right. We also realize when you go in and get coffee or gas, you talk to people and say hi. Those are our friends in there. We're talking about driving, real estate, kids, family. Oh, we got our coffee. I got a regular little shot of French vanilla. And then we got to get back into this car. We got to do some driving. You know, we got to get our skills set because we're trying to get our license. And I think driving as an adult or older person is definitely different. It takes us a little bit longer to warm up. We might cuss a little bit. It's harder for us to get out. But at the end of the day, we're doing this for our families, right? And that's why we do this. We're doing this to get a better job. That's what driving has done for me as an instructor, allowed me to provide for my family. I help my son, help my daughter, pay for a honeymoon, pay for social media stuff, race car upgrades. But it also comes to the price. You've got to, let me switch the screen a second. You also have to take time for yourself, and that's what I want to do this year, is do more lives, do more vlog styles to really take you through the process, because you got to learn how to drive. Coffee out of 10, it's about an 8, okay? But there's no one to blame but yourself. But else, you see I got a hat on. We don't want to, vehicles do break down, and then you're going to have to walk some. Oh, yeah. You know how you take the second and third sip, it's a little bit better. I wasn't a coffee drinker until my late 30s. My dad used to have, you know, Maxwell House and Folgers and all that. I'm like, ugh, how do you drink this stuff? It's really bitter. It's like, when you get older, you'll like it. So we have washer solvent. That stuff is $5.99. That's the high quality stuff. They basically do the same thing. I have about 25,000 points. I got a free coffee. This builds brand loyalty. That's one thing I learned in college. Marketing, 60 cents, small cup, small coffee, Monday. Oh, yeah. All right, so we're going to get you guys out on the road. We're going to do some 3-way, 4-way stops. All right, so here we go. I'm going to show you what you need to do in the gas station. You got to look left and right. There are always a lot of accidents. And then I'm going to go over to the right. I'm really looking. And the thing in these videos that I want you to remember, you got to look where you're going. And we're going to come up to a private driveway. I look left and right. I'm going to show you this. All right, turn on our right turn signal. I'm actually going to take you through the whole course. Okay, we have to make a left turn. I had a client here. She had a panic attack. It took her about 3 minutes to make a left turn. I didn't judge. I just supported her. Okay, it's clear. And it's really about relationships with people. That's why I enjoy doing this, to really help people learn how to drive. We got a green. We want to build up speed. See that beautiful sunset? You owe it to yourself. Sunrise, I should say. You owe it to yourself to learn how to drive. Bridges freeze first, so we got to be careful. And this is a 2011. We don't care. You don't need to get a new 2025, Tesla, minivan that's 80,000. I'm going to take you on a smaller route. And you might even see an eagle or two. This is a really beautiful area. And I take clients here. So we're going to go ahead and make our turn. By the way, a lot of clients crash here because they go in too fast. Going easy to the turn. And if you like this type of style, let me know. I can throw in some music, throw in a little graphics. So this curve is really fun. As an instructor, I can maximize training. You can learn how to drive. It's not a boring road. This area, there was a older gentleman. I think he's deceased now. He bought all this, and I think it's worth about $25 million. He wanted like double the price, but no one would buy it because he was selfish and overpriced. Anyway, his daughter ended up inheriting all this, and she lowered the price to sell. But as you can tell, no one's building out here yet because people are greedy. Don't be greedy. This is so nice. And what I want to do this year, I have a DSLR camera. I want to just get it and do some photography, man. There's some beautiful birds out here, wildlife, and just do it. You know, we always say stuff, then when we're too old to do it, we're like, I wish I would have. I wish I would have started a YouTube channel. I wish I would have learned how to drive. I wish I would have helped my grandson start his business, help my daughter. So we're at 40. We're a little bit fast. It's 35. Just being real with you. So we got to drop our speed down. But we don't have to worry. There's no law enforcement around. And we're not intentionally speeding. There's a difference. Okay. We have to stop here. And I say this because as a beginner, adult, you might not see this. You might see people just roll the stop sign. All right, so we got to come up and stop. But the problem is we can't see to the left. So you got to move forward and take a look. All right. And then we're going to go ahead and turn in the first lane. Like someone crashed over here, there's a front bumper over there. That's crazy. With the license plate. I'm going to take you in another loop through here. And this is where I teach adults how to get on the expressway. It's a short, easy ramp, no cars. We want to go in about 30 and going really easy. But what you will do, some adults go all the way over to the left. See what happens? I don't want to go into the ditch. At the bottom of this, I'll show you where the eagle, it's a hawk. It's a hawk, it's not an eagle. I say this too because I have a nice like YouTube camera, a Sony SL3, and I just need to get a little telephoto lens. It could be a cheap one, and just take a picture of some of these birds, man. Turn on blinker, and build up speed about 60, and get out to the first lane. That's not bad. But we're gonna do this again, and it's about 24 degrees. We're going to get out of this exit. This is called a deacceleration lane. I'm looking for the hawk. He usually is on that tree or sitting somewhere. And we're at about 50 right now. Where are you guys from? What part of the country? How old are you? Are you an adult? Are you a teen? This is for adult right now. Okay, we off the gas. We're at about 30. And we want to come up and squeeze. And we're going to pause. Now, we could turn our red, but we have to look. So I'm going to move forward. I'm going to treat it just like we're an adult. We're late. We're impatient. We got to go. Okay, right into the first lane. We're going to do this route again. I'm going to show you exactly what I do. You should be smoother this time. Now, we have the right of way over them because we're already on the correct side of the road. I'm going to go in slow. Okay, that turn was pretty good. You want to be as smooth as possible. And if I go too fast, centrifugal force will pull us on the opposite side of the road. And then, of course, the police will get us. I see cars doing like 100 down here. Don't ask me how I know. So we're at a nice smooth 40. We're chilling, real easy. But the speed limit's 35. We got to back off the gas. Because we're adult, we think we're entitled. That's how you get a ticket. This coffee tastes pretty good now. You know, after 3 or 4 sips, it's like, yeah, you're ready. So as you can see, this route's really peaceful and chilled, not a lot of traffic, easy to develop speed control, lane positioning. It's really, really beautiful. I don't know how long this area will stay like this because of development, but it takes you back. It's so beautiful here. And you can see the sun coming out. You know, this would be a beautiful Facebook and Instagram picture. Just so beautiful. But these calming drives are just so chilled. And this is what I want you to have when you're looking at these videos. You're thinking about, man, I can learn how to drive. These videos are so chilled. And then I promise you guys, I'm going to find some really nice music and put here, good morning. How are you? Having a really nice day. I'm going to pause for a second and stop. Okay? Then I'm going to move forward. Thank you for taking the time to come in. I'm looking, and I'm going to show you what I have to do. I have to look. You see the sun? This sun is ridiculous, right? And then I look and go into the nearest lane. Okay, I'm going to take you on another part of the course. We're going to do a loop, get on and off the expressway, go up to a roundabout. Good. I'm glad you're enjoying this. California, my uncle. I had an uncle live in Pasadena, California. He always invited me out. I never had a chance to go. I'm older now. I'm an adult. I wish. So I'm telling my son, we have family members in California and Vegas. I'm telling him, you better be reaching out. Go to Vegas. Yep. Hey, how are you? Doing great. Thank you. So we're talking about merging on an expressway as an adult. We're about 55. We don't have to go 70 or 80. We're not trying to crash, but we got to do this for our family. So blinkers on. I'm going to show you. Look over your shoulder. Check your blind spot. That's where a lot of adults struggle. If you can tell, I look a lot more happy and more rested. I have been. And I think for this year, just getting more rest, being more energetic. So I'm going to try to go live more. And then in the edit, throwing some nice hype music. Yeah, if you have a chance to hang out with your dad or mom, do that. You never know when the last day is. Hang out with them. If your dad or mom is still young enough to drive, hang out, they got a classic car or they love cars, or you're in California and driving that beautiful area. It's also crazy. There are a lot of car chases. All right, do that, man. Because I think as parents get older, they just get caught up in the routine, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, going to work, coming home, and then just taking you shopping. I remember those days with my dad and mom, just going shopping, going out eating in the morning. Really special, special days. So I'm going to go up. I have to stop first. But then I'm going to roll forward. We're adults. We're not going to wait. We're going to look. I'm going to show you what you need to do. This is where a lot of adults don't do. They don't come up and look. And if you don't come up and look, you're going to pull out in front of a car. And then you're going to be scared with your mom and dad. You're going to be like, oh, man, they pulled out, almost got his head. And then they start cussing, and you're like, it's really their fault. All right, we're going on a different route right now. So the speed limit here is 55. You know your parents are doing about 70, and that was the police in the pickup truck, right? So you go clowning around, your mom and dad are doing 70, hitting that Tesla Plaid real fast. They're gonna crash. They're gonna get a ticket. So I'm gonna squeeze my brake, come up to the stop line. I'm gonna take you on this inside course real quick. This is unscripted today. I'm gonna make a right turn, and then we do go into a residential area. I try to mix up the routine, and you're gonna see a lot of beautiful homes here. We're in the Midwest. A lot of people have half acres, acres. Sorry about the bumps here. Our infrastructure is broken like every place else in the country. There's a beautiful 64 Chevy there under that tarp. I catch those old cars, home team. All right, so we want to be in the middle right. I had an adult come down this road. We almost struck and killed a boy. The kid was riding the bike. We weren't sure which direction he was going. He just came out right in front of us. I had to hit the brake. I was so scared. So as you can see, a lot of these homes have like really big front yards, really big backyards. I would love an area like this, have a gym, workout area, YouTube studio, area to build motors, you know, half court basketball, football for my son or daughter, trying to get them that Division I scholarship, host parties. You know, this depends on what you want. A lot of the stuff doesn't cost that much. You just got a plan. But see that beautiful old school Corvette? I know, right? Feels like we are in Kentucky or Virginia somewhere. Okay, so we're gonna go in this area, and I'm gonna turn around. And I take clients in this area to teach them how to do maneuvers. And we're gonna go in. You see these burn marks, right? Burnout marks. And I'm gonna show you. You have to look. You gotta look where you're going. Okay, I'm gonna go around again. We're going to the right. Sorry, we're going to the left. You gotta look. A lot of people look straight ahead. We're gonna hit the freaking building, the eagle's nest. Okay, there are fox, coyote in this area, wolves. It's a beautiful area. I'm not a big game hunter, but I've been to a big game feast before, and I've had squirrel, I've had rabbit. I'm just telling you so much, man. It's real out here. So if you hunted, I've had venison, I've had squirrel, I've had rabbit. So it was an experience I'll never forget. All right, we're gonna come up this private drive. A lot of police just sit here and chill, so you know where your tax dollars are. Police aren't doing their job. All right, we're gonna go down this road. It's zoned industry to the left. And then you see this old school Corvette, right? I swear it feels like we're in Kentucky, man. You throw a big block in there, boy, with some nitrous, it's over, baby. Woodward Cruise, here we come. But a lot of you are too young. What's a big block? What is nitrous? Right? You get the biggest motor you can find. You stuff it in there. You got a 350 shot on it. A progressive nitrous controller. And then you go to an area that is sanctioned. It's $150 to buy in, and you come back with $6,500. But you can't tell family because you won. Then they pay off some debt. Don't ask me how I know. All right, so we're in the neighborhood. It's 25. We're cruising at 20. It's really beautiful here. Okay, there's some old school classics tucked away. You know, people got these big garages here. You know, I will put a weight room in that boy. YouTube studio, wrestling area. You know, Mr. White, I'm going to acknowledge you. His son was an all-state wrestler, just destroying people. They had a full gym in the basement. That's that 64 Chevy over there under that tarp, man. I'm telling you, baby. There's some beautiful little homes here, man. You know, buy yourself some real estate, flip that boy. All right, so now we're going to go on a roundabout. So that's a really beautiful area. That's why I love teaching people how to drive. You get a chance to see beautiful areas because, you know, they might not be here in 5 to 10 years from now. I'm going to go up, pause, check traffic. Nitrous is good, but yes, you already know, baby. Okay, I'm going to look left and right. I'm going to show you. You got to look left and right. Ron Rhodes. He races 275X. I have a 68 Gen 1 Camaro. It's from Texas. I'll show you. I make some videos. This at home on the trailer. We did clean the garage up. So all we got to do is just move the mattress over. Really, we need to put it in the trash. Set up some heaters in there. We can go live. I want to do that too this year to show you. So it's got a small block. It's about 875 horsepower. NA combination. But just like everything else, don't have the money to freshen it up. I don't want to blow it up. It's got aluminum rods. It's got about 250 passes on those rods. So, okay, we're gonna make a right turn. You know what? We're gonna make a left. I'm gonna get you over to some four-way stops because a lot of people confuse those. It's crazy bright out here, crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and stop. Okay, it's hard to say. Hey, if you're enjoying this, give this a thumbs up, man. We keeping it real. Okay, we talking about life and cars and jobs and racing and opportunities. There's always that OG, that old man, 456, 454s, 427. I got 7 of them. You want one? Help me clean up and give me $100. You're like, are you serious? Yeah. Yes, this sunlight is stupid crazy. You know, we got this mom and pop area. You know, I got some beautiful little restaurants. We're going around this curve. A lot of people just lose control on this curve. But I take my adult drivers here. It's fun, chill. No one's gonna mess with us. We can practice good speed control. It's just bumpy. Okay, we're gonna turn on left turn signal. And then I want you to merge in when the line is broken. You should see it. Then we merge in. I think adults listen better than teens. We're not worried about the yellow light. It just changed, and we're going real easy. I've been through New York before. We didn't drive. We went during a workshop. I have some videos or something on my phone somewhere. You know how it is when you have a older phone and you make videos and you put it in your drawer and you're like, never get it. But you're like, man, I got some videos in there. You guys would love it, man. You'll be able to see me when I had a big fro, right? Okay, I'm going to go into this new area here. Some farmers sold this property and we're going to make some turns. See this? Real nice. All right. And we're going to go ahead and make a right. This is a uncontrolled intersection, right? There's no lights, there's no signs, so we're going to make a right. Now, these houses probably, I'm going to say 350,000. But look how small they are. Maybe a 2-bedroom, 2-car garage. You ride by your neighbor, you cough, you sneeze, your neighbor says, bless you. A little too close. But you get a chance to see how people live. And by us being adults, yeah, you got to test with it without. I had a station wagon, and then I bought a used nitrous kit, but I was scared to use it. I didn't want the cylinder nut to stay open and me lean out my motor. You do get anxious driving because there's so many. Yep, there's the Trump supporter. We're not mad. You get anxious because people are just okay. So this, you know, got an extra garage, probably 425K. But it's just, you're just too close to your neighbors, man. I'm not trying to be nosy, but I'm nosy. You got a chance to see how people live. Most people have SUVs and minivans. Don't laugh. Some of those minivans, very fast, vacuums in there, TVs, Wi-Fi. They are big pimping. All right, we're going to get out of here in that middle area that floods. So I'm not trying to get one of these. But you can see where if you are savvy with real estate and you can get some investment properties, because we're adults. Okay, we thinking about investing and then helping our son or daughter. Okay, I'm gonna go into the first lane. If this sounds like something you enjoy, give this thing a thumbs up. You know, leave some messages. I already know I'm gonna have some really nice music, and I'm gonna try to get some people on today on my live later. So we got a 4-way stop. But you as an adult, you kind of forgot what to do. So I'm gonna show you. If we're the first car here, we're the first car to leave. So it says all-way stop. And we had to stop. 1001, 1002, 1003, we're the first one here. And we're gonna go straight. In fact, I'm gonna turn around. I'm gonna take this road and we're gonna go in this driveway. Now I love this wrought iron gate. Isn't this nice, man? Look at that. That's classy, baby. Okay, we gotta do a 3-point turnaround. And I'm gonna show you how to back up. All right, we got to do a 3-point turn. I'm kind of in a little tight spot here. So you see me, I'm looking kind of nervous. And then I'm going to turn back hand over hand. This sun is so bright, team. All right. Then we got to make a right turn. I'm the last one here. Okay, I'm going to wave them by. Okay, we got to look left and right. And I waved them by, then I'm going to go. All right, you're gonna love this road. Really beautiful homes here. These homes going like 400K, man. Like, really? They're not made of anything. So we're on this curvy road. I take adults here. You gotta be about 30 coming in, going smoothly. We as an adult, you know, you're probably gonna get 6 to 8 lessons. I'll get you over to the road test facility. You'll rent a car from me. I'll take you through the road test area, and then boom, you're gonna pass and get your license. So I'm full service. So this area, a lot of people speed. Police usually sit here to the left. We know this because we've been watching our son or daughter drive. And I'm not judging. My mom did not drive. And often as a child and a young man, I wonder, well, I get really nervous. I have a lot of anxiety. So I just listened to my mom. I didn't question, okay? Whatever she said do, I did. She said be quiet or go to the store and get this or clean that up, I did it. So those of you who understand, give us a thumbs up. Okay, so now we're gonna make a right turn. I love these really curvy roads here. Nice, I'm gonna look and check, and we're going slow. There's the car tailgating me, that's okay. And I did turn into the wrong lane. I went to the outside lane. You know, riding a bike, you know, I was on a motorcycle one time in college. I think it was like a 250. Guess what I did? I hit the gas instead of, I think I hit the brake, and I flipped over on the motorcycle. I was going about 4 or 5 miles an hour, and I was done. I said, I'm never getting on a bike again in the parking lot. Everyone on campus was laughing at me. I was humiliated. And if Facebook would have been there then, or social media, it would have went viral, bro. I flipped over the front handlebars. I could have knocked out my front teeth. I could have had a concussion. So, but that wasn't my last. Okay, so we're on this ramp. We're gonna build up speed, and we gotta come out. So we're at about 55. This car is not fast. It's a 2011 Ford Fusion. It's got a lot of torque steer. Yeah, you do gotta be careful on these roads. The temperature's cold. There could be debris on the road. But look, us as adults, some adults, they don't care about maintenance. You're riding on ball head tires, like my head is ball head. I'm gonna show you about to laugh. But I got that crispy haircut. You see that boy looking good, right? You're like, you don't got any hair? No, baby. I still got hair. And it's looking good. So we know it's an adult. You need to put a hat on because your heating and cooling center, okay? And I'm good. Also on this road, I was driving a client one time in the wintertime. We had the sign on top of the car. The sign blew off and fell on the interstate. I'm like, oh my God. So I had to run out and get it. I was so scared I was gonna get hit and killed. All right, we're gonna get off at this exit because we're trying to do short trips, get you comfortable. We're not doing a deep drive today, but we will. So I'm lifting my foot. I don't want to go super fast. If you've been looking at my videos, we were supposed to test drive a Tesla. It was a 2019 from California. It had 27,000 miles. It only had a year and a half left warranty on the battery. So I really thought about it. And it had the chargers in the back too, but I didn't mess with it. We're gonna go over there to the dealership and see if it's still there. I'm looking, I don't see it. But we have to make a right turn because we're in a right turn lane. So this is a double right turn. We can turn on red. So I'm gonna go up and look, but there's cars coming. So I'm not gonna be stupid and go. After this car comes, we're gonna go ahead. Okay, here we go. Gotta be in the outside lane. That's a little bit scary because you're turning out in front of cars. This dealership to the left, this is where they had the Tesla. I don't see it, but I'm not mad because I don't want to make an impulsive purchase. I've done that so many times. I'm such a dummy. Okay, SRT, Grand Cherokee, beautiful. And then had an SS Trailblazer that got stolen. I was so sad. All right, we're gonna drive around, and I have some videos on how to pump gas too, but we don't have to. And no, I don't see the Tesla. They may have sold it, but it wasn't a good deal for me because it would have been about $34,000. I can get a brand new one. So I'm gonna go up to the edge and make a right turn. I hate when people just tailgate us like this, man. Okay, we're gonna go in the first lane. I turned in the correct lane this time. This light's green, the second light's red. Oh, there's the Tesla over there to the left. This motor's really straining. This is a 2011 Ford Fusion. Okay, let's practice getting on the expressway. It's really cold. I don't know where you guys are from, but where we're from, we have clover leaves. And this is what this is. Oh, what is that? Oh, I thought it was an animal. That looked like it is a bowling ball. What? Wow. Okay, so clover leaf. We want to stay in the middle. If you go too slow, you won't have enough speed. That's what all of you would do as an adult. Some of you would go too fast, and then you're going to go off into the ditch. My cousin actually rode her F-150 truck. So she was in the military. Cynthia, we love you. We acknowledge you. She's also a driving instructor. So I need to interview her. All right, we're going to build up speed, and we're going to stay in this lane. You see how slow this car is moving? Like, I don't want to blow this motor up, but we're moving so slow, and this is what it's like. So if you don't have enough speed, you won't be able to merge out. So we barely got up to 60, and as your instructor, I'm screaming like, oh my God, please push the gas. You're like, I'm trying, Myles, I'm trying. Push the gas. So we're at about 70, just barely holding 70. But then you're gonna get scared and lift your foot, and And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna end up going, I'm gonna try to go about 55. So my foot's off the gas, and I'm saying to you, please push the gas, and we're at 55. Do you see how much speed we lost? And if cars are coming, because I have a dual mirrors, I'll say, you know what? We got to pick up speed. But I kind of want to talk to you about this Tesla I really want to integrate into driver's ed for teaching adults. I'm spending about between $25 and $45 a day. Let me get over to the right. We'll treat this like an emergency situation. And I used to do that too. I'm gonna put it in park. I'm going to hit the 4-ways. And it's because we're in the winter time, right? I'm gonna put this up here. All right, hopefully it'll stay. Nope, it won't stay. Always careful, good luck. What you said, correct. This won't stick. All right, so we're on the side of the road. Let's pretend we have emergency nail in our tire. Something happened. We got devastating news. So what I need you to do, I have to wait till it's clear, and I'm actually going to flip the screen. Their car is doing 70, 80, 90. We're looking for a gap. Here's our gap. We're going to put it in drive. And this is when I wish I had that nitrous. Oh, hit those gears, baby. That car, we shifted them gears, right? That was pretty cool, but it was scary. All right, so that's how we manually shift our transmission. That was cool, but it was scary. All right, let me flip screens. Oh man, this thing got up, but I didn't want to blow up the motor here because it's got almost 280,000 miles on it. Okay, we would have been in a Tesla. That's why I'm stuck between the performance model and the long range. Manual is difficult. Man, you guys don't know. I wasn't on the YouTube then. I had a T5. I had a Camaro. I blew up that transmission like 4 times because I was out shifting, always missing third gear. I got to go in slow to this turn, right? I'm going in real easy. All right. So yes, first gear, no problem. Second gear, power shift. In third gear, I blew up the synchronizers, all that. Third gear, done. But I want to thank Liberty Transmission in Taylor. They're flying. I blew it up twice. They set me up with a nice pro racing type transmission with the little dog rings. You just barely lift your foot and it would slide into gear, but I did not know how to shift anyway. All right. So that's why you got to be ready for all type of situations here. So we're talking real life, man. You know, camera drops down, flat tire, you miss a gear. In fact, you know what's funny? I was watching the Great Lakes Drag Racing Championship. Some of the OGs, there was this 81-year-old drag racer, Manuel. He won the division, man. He came out with $3,500 cash. I'm like, wow. Right? I'm gonna go up to the middle, it's clear. I'm gonna go ahead and make my turn. If you're really liking this, right, you know, you need to go ahead and subscribe. And then I'm really trying to build a community here, and I really hope you enjoy this. I'm kind of taking you through some of the processes of adults learning how to drive. It's way different, way different. And I got my coffee, the camera fell, we're talking about cars and nitrous and family, but you got to do this for your family. And if you don't know how to drive, there are people out here, instructors like me, who will help you, support you, talk to you. That's what it's all about. We're going to go straight down. So this is like our cool down. And I always take my adults through different neighborhoods. You saw some of the beautiful areas we were in, right? This is more like some of the areas where you guys will live, okay? What parts of the country? We got a person from California. We had a person from Georgia. What part of the country? Good morning. How are you? Later, we're going to talk on Instagram and we'll figure it out. And also, maybe I can enable the feature and have you come on my live too, because that would be really good. Okay, I have to look that up. I didn't enable the feature, but you can come on my live and it's actually like you're driving with me. It's 2025. What are we trying to do to help our community? I'm getting more rest, more mental health. And my goal is this year is to try to get a Tesla. I want to try to see if I can get it through a grant or a loan and then help people learn how to drive. I really think the Tesla is the best for me because with the technology, we can teach people how to drive. We can show them, better opportunities for sustainability. It could really be a great educational tool. And then what I can do is use it back and forth to go to work, but then make content, teach adults, teach teens. So I'm really thinking about that. We're gonna do our cool down driving through a neighborhood, and we're just gonna take our time. And we're staying on the middle right. It's crazy bright out here. And I like this because we're just taking our time. Now, one of my former students, he has a Tesla. I'm not sure what model. And I want to interview him. I've already talked about it. I have another instructor who wants to come on and we can interview him. My cousin, Cynthia, former military person, she actually played for Army 5 years pro ball. My hat's off, what the terror attack, what happened, little moment of silence. Tennessee. Yeah, these areas, man. So this is a great cool down for beginners. You're going through, I'm just taking my time, driving through. And I've taken you through, you see a lot of different types of houses here. Some are 150K, 300K, 500K. Most of this stuff is overpriced, you know that. You're gonna love this. This house to the left with the dual garage, my man's got a, God, what type of car is it? A Torino. I think it's a Torino. Okay, there's some car enthusiasts still here left in this area. I saw it for sale one time. I'm like, he's not selling it. The house to the left with the white minivan, that's my student. He's got a Tesla in here. So I really want to interview more people. Now, if any of you want to come on the channel for an interview, reach out to me. I'm available. You can reach out to me on Instagram, driving, DRIVING _ with WITH, Myles, underscore then Myles, MYLES. Reach out to me, follow me, I'll follow you back, and then we'll talk. Because I really want to make this year something special, really help people. And God is good. God will provide a way. If it's meant for me to teach people with the EV, something good will happen. I want to be sensible because I always make dumb decisions when I get cars. But the market for the Teslas right now are just so, I think it's a good deal. If I get a new one, I can get that $7,500 credit plus, person or people can, send a referral link. So it almost makes sense. So I'm just trying to be patient, and I'm trying to wait. So this is like our cool down. And then we're gonna make a left turn here. And we're just going in turn slow. We're not trying to go in at 500 miles an hour and crash. And with adult lessons, it could be an hour and a half. It could be 2 hours. What's the cost? Anywhere from $80 to $125 for a lesson. You know, you tell me what you need. We make custom lessons for each client. It could be getting over anxiety. It could be working on parking. You know, maybe running errands. A lot of people have anxiety. I almost crashed one time at Montgomery Motorsport Park. I had my 1968 RS Camaro. I wasn't used to the car, did a burnout. Tires weren't 100% warm. I launched 2-speed. I launched the car, veered to the left, almost hit the wall at 130. I was so scared. So I got my foot out of it, and luckily God was looking out for me. Then I'm gonna shout out Steve. He and his daughters drive dragsters, whole family. We're gonna see more of him this year. I made a video, but I had a copyright strike because of the music. But I'll find the video and post it. I'm gonna make a right turn here. Anyway, I almost hit the wall again. And Steve said, if you don't get back into the car and drive that car down the track, you will never drive again. After I pulled over to the side, my brother said, man, what's wrong with you? You almost crashed. I said, I don't know. I just got out of the groove. It took me about 20 minutes. I sat down, I cleaned my pants, if you know what I'm saying. I did my burnout, heated those tires up really good. Then I got back in and I made a straight pass. So we're just doing a cool down. And that's what I need you guys to do. Okay? But yeah, I almost crashed. And it was scary. So I understand. And my car's been sitting over 8 years, and I want to get back out. And, you know, you probably saying, you got so much to do. Are you getting your car out? Are you getting a Tesla? What are you doing? I'm trying to do it all. Okay, I'm going to go straight, and then I'm going to make a right turn here. And then what I usually do in the end, I will, and I'm going to show you, I give each of you a custom evaluation. And that's what good teachers do. If I paid all this money, I would want someone to tell me, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? And I'm very thorough. So I'm gonna pull over here. So you saw me talk about a lot of different things. Speed control, making right turns, making left turns, getting a coffee because we're an adult, showing you how to pull up to the gas pump. We talked about opportunities driving will open up to you, helping your kids, obtaining a job. But we know as an adult, once you learn to drive, you're going to have to get a car. That means job. After you learn to drive, you're going to have to get a car. It doesn't have to be a new one. This is a 2011 Ford Fusion. It's got 180,000 miles. Some of you would say, oh, I'm not messing with the old piece of junk. That's fine. But if you get a newer car, you're going to have a car now. You're like, I don't know. I'm going to try to get a 20-something. It's 25 now, right? Look at me. I'm going through the situation. Do I buy a used Tesla? Do I buy a new one? Should I lease? There are different options I'm looking at. You're right, So I'm in the same situation as you. I'm coming off of my Grand Cherokee SRT. I was paying $1,000 a month for like 6 years. We sold it, 20K. Yeah, it would be fast, but rapidly, so you got to look at what's best for you. If I get the base model Tesla, try to keep it under 34K. The white interior, very crispy. I could get a regular base color and just get a wrap for it. So I got to really look at what is the best situation for me. And I'm looking use Tesla's Facebook Marketplace, but also I have a 220 plug at home because the previous owner was a mechanical engineer. So there's a 220 plug, and I'll make a video of that, but it's got to be a Neiman 1520 or 4150. Don't hold me on that, but I know it's got to be a Neiman plug, and it's got to be the right gauge. Why? Because my dad used to be an electrician. So the biggest barrier to entry is a plug at home. I got the plug. And one of my friends at school, her husband is an electrician. I could call him over. Hey, my man, can you take a look at this? Also, I'm going to shout out Darren, former military person. He could come over and take a look. Yeah, your gauge plug is good. I would change the outlet though. Okay. So I already have the plug. Okay. And then my 1968 RS Camaro is on the trailer, right? So it's all the way, we got a 2.5 car garage, just all the way over to one side. We could just mount the plug in the garage. Boom, I'm charging, home charging. So I really want to look at this, and if I can get a grant, because I do have an LLC, and teaching people who maybe are coming out of the juvenile system or the justice system, I've done that before. That would be a good opportunity to help people. So God will provide a way. But also I talked about 3-way stops. You got to come up and stop. Whoever's the first car there is the first car to leave. You stop. You look left. You look right. If you're not sure, wave the person by. Next, I talked about getting a job. We know as an adult, okay, most people will help us get places. You might not want to tell them, well, I'm learning how to drive. It's what, you're embarrassed. And during Thanksgiving or Christmas, you still don't know how to drive, Johnny? Yeah, I'm gonna learn. You can tell them, hey, I got driving with Myles. He talked to me. We set up a Zoom meeting once a week. We got a stand program set up. I can walk you through the process, because no one helped me, because I bought a $250 Malibu, right? Didn't start, 2-barrel carburetor. I worked at the bus terminal. One of my good friends said, I got a car. How much? $250. I'm like, okay. So I saved 2 checks, gave him cash. He allowed me to go over to his house, work on it. I met his family. He played football. So it's all about the relationships, because that's how my real passion started. And then I was scared to bring it home. Why? My dad. You bring that junky car home? Who's got that rusty car? So for about most of the summer, I kept it at my friend's house. I was scared. You hear me? I was scared to bring my car home. But I finally brought it home, and then my dad was like, whose piece of junk is that? He's from Alabama. Both my parents were. I was born in Midwest. So his parents moved up from Montgomery, Alabama to Twinsburg, Ohio, right? So, he had that relationship. But I brought my car home. So my junior, senior year, I was driving my piece of junk car. We had a good football team, and then I got 4 offers to play football. But it's been a blessed opportunity, and you got to learn how to drive. Today it's different. Adults have anxiety. Teens have anxiety. We had COVID, and there's still pockets of people who just don't. This thing is, oh, okay, hold up. Thought this thing was broke. There are pockets of people who don't want to drive. So early on in college, I decided, because my girlfriend, now wife, said, her dad said, driver's education is a great summer job. I listened. So if you're still listening right now, if someone in your family or outside of your family really gives you solid advice, you need to listen. I listened to him. I took my classes. I had some really good OG instructors who really sat me down and said, this is what you need to do. This is what you need to do. Do what? Take these classes. Set up an interview. Wasn't no chat GTP then. Wasn't no, Google and all that. We had to write out the survey. I interviewed people, and then I got that information. So you learned. Now you can do different things. So driver's ed has changed my life by teaching adults, teaching teens, teaching people coming to the United States. So when you watch these videos, I'm kind of taking you through the process of my journey, and then you are seeing people learn how to drive. You're seeing adults, you're seeing teens. I'm going to get an instructor on. My cousin, she teaches driver's ed. Another instructor wants to come on. I have people who want to learn how to drive, and I'm going to try to help them, locate a car, get a job. So, do you recommend me getting my license soon? Uh, if it depends on how old, it depends on your state. If you're closer to being 18, wait till you're 18. If you got a year out and you have parents to help you, take driver's ed. Okay? So if you're a bit nervous, then you need to be watching my videos. You need to be subscribing. I'm going to go live later. I think by me going live in car, by me going live and talking about the class, and I can do a screen share and I can go through the questions, and because you're going to learn both. And then I do the YouTube shorts. I do all the other social media. So you're going to get a lot of good information, and it's pure from my heart. This is nothing fake, right? And if I make a little money on the social media, fine. If not, I've helped people push through anxiety, fear, and frustration, because we all have issues. If God is willing, I'll get my 1968 RS Camaro out this summer. Okay. I'm thinking about maybe between 2:30 and 5:30. I'll put a message on my community page, right? Because as an adult, what do you got to do? We got to unpack groceries. We got to go to the store. We got to vacuum. We got to take care of the house, because next week I'm back to work. I'm back on this grind. This is Sunday. I'm showing you a lesson on, and this car has 247,324 miles, right? So I'm showing you what instructors do. And I'm showing you that, some of you might have to go to the store, take someone to the hospital. So you got to learn how to drive, because an emergency could happen. And if there's an emergency in the house, you can't just drive and say, well, this is emergency, I don't have my license, you're still going to get a ticket. So that was one of my concerns. But I just want to say thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'm going to share more true stories to help you. And look at all my videos, subscribe to the channel, and then we'll set up a stand store. I'll put together some PDFs on test prep and getting you ready for adult driving. I want to say bye. Look at this video. I will edit it later with some nice, good music, some hype beats in there. Bye, guys.